In 2025, most women are in a prison. Most men and women are in a prison of their own made-up beliefs, their own false made-up beliefs, and they're not real because these results are not real. All of the rage, all of the negativity that comes with it isn't real either. Everything's just being recycled over and over and over again, and none of it means anything. Have you thought about that?
I am back. What it do, baby?
As you're locked into this prison, you think that the key is this hair product or this hair growth product or this hair growth product here or this hair growth product here. So every time you go online, it's a brand new product that everybody got to go to that's going to save everybody from everything, right? Even though you already have all of the things that you need. All you need, the keys are right in front of you, but you're digging for keys that you already have in your hand. It reminds me of one of the quotes that y'all favorite civil rights leader Martin Luther King said, which is, "I've led my people into a burning house." And this is a super unpopular opinion, but a lot of people are so confused all the time because we're constantly following in the footsteps of the history of the people who came before us without actually learning what that history is. And because we're not gaining wisdom from the experiences of the people that came before us, we're just repeating the same things. It's the same exact thing over and over again, the same exact energy, just different situations, right? When will we get to a point where we're like just tired of playing? When will we get to a point where we're like, okay, let's look at what we already have and let's move with that? And using like the whole civil rights movement for an example. As a child, when I watched the whole civil rights movement and all of that stuff, I was under the impression that we were fighting to get on the bus and stuff because we didn't have buses. I thought black people didn't have buses, and the only reason that they was fighting to be on the bus and to go into their restaurants is because we didn't have buses or we didn't have restaurants. What the fuck? Yes, we did. We already had our own bus company. They were the biggest. They had, like, if I'm not mistaken, it's either 50. I want to say it was either 50 or 500. I know it was a 5, and I know it was more than 5 buses. So they either had 50 or 500 buses around there. I put it on the screen.
We were looking for the social integration. You know why? Because we had our own businesses there. We had our own businesses. My family was part of one that had the only black bus line in the entire United States. The only black bus line. And I said we had a bus line, I'm not talking about 2 or 3 buses. We had over 500 buses. Wow. We don't kill our buses for social integration. And all of a sudden, you also are talking about Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King going down to Alabama, want to integrate the bus lines.
They already had their own bus company. I'm gonna add this clip because he was on the Breakfast Club. Don't take my word for it. Okay, so once the whole civil rights movement happened, they were like, oh, we don't want to just ride on our black buses, we want to ride on your white buses too. Why don't you include us in riding your buses? So then the whole civil rights movement started. Like Rosa Parks, we thought that when I was a little girl, I ain't gonna say we, when I was a little girl, I thought that Rosa Parks was just this lady on the way to work. She was tired, they trying to make her get up, and she like, girl, I'm tired, I'm not getting. It was all bullshit. Rosa Parks had a car. Her husband had a car and picked her up and dropped her off every day from work. It was all some bullshit. And if you keep going deeper and deeper, like everybody, if you keep going deeper and deeper, you'll find that black people were their own demise. The civil rights movement did more to hurt the black community than it did to actually help, because while everybody was fighting to ride their buses, they weren't riding the bus companies that they actually had, and they went out of business. Like it didn't have to happen. And there are so many other things. This ain't about Martin Luther King. I'm just using that as an example. And most people who listening to the sound of my voice gonna be like, what, she lying? She don't know what she talking about. I do, and it's a fact. You can go and research it yourself, but most of us don't, because we take rage baiting. We have been rage baited as a people for decades. So the question is, what generation and what group of people are gonna be the people that's like, you know what, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of y'all rage baiting me every 5 minutes. And yes, I talk about hair all the time, but it's like, y'all, women are so obsessed and centered in on hair, to the point that black hair is one of the biggest markets in this country. So I need you to think about it. How is it that one of the smallest groups of people in America have the biggest and most lucrative industry? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense, but it will if you sit down and start thinking about everything. And I want you to look at the process, look at it over the years. That's why I love YouTube. I love YouTube, because people can say whatever they want to say. You make your viral videos, you go right ahead, because YouTube is forever. And all of this information, you can go back and you can look back. You could just click where it says oldest, go to the oldest videos and look at the content and how it switches and it's flip-flopping around and it's swinging and flowing from every which way. And now today, in 2025, nobody's taking accountability. I saw one of the girls who is the reason that all of y'all wear wigs 24/7. Like, I'm not even wearing wigs no more. They only only reason I was wearing wigs is because they was manipulating us and they was making us feel like this and they was doing this. Bullshit. No, they wasn't. It was a lot of money in it. A lot of money, but it's not as lucrative anymore, because women are starting to wear their own hair, or starting to really put more emphasis on their own hair. Nobody is as gun-ho about wigs anymore. Not to mention, y'all have done so many wig videos. Women have more wigs in their house than they do drawers, so don't nobody need no new wigs. Shit. So now everybody's thinking of something new and something different to add to, and that's fine. I think it's great. I think that the only problem is that nobody's taking accountability. No, everybody is like, oh, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. Now I'm gonna do this. As if people like me, because I'm not the only one, as if people like me haven't been telling y'all not to do that and just do this the whole time. So that's why I want things to get to a place where we can all have easy, open conversations without offense. Because at the end of the day, these are stupid conversations. At the end of the day, these are things that nobody should have to talk about, because all of the things that we're now learning are all repetition. These are all things that we've already known, or these are things that we've been shamed into believing. I know y'all seen it or heard it already on another video, but I'm gonna add these two clips. I'm gonna add a couple of different clips from the 7-day challenge. Some of them you've seen and some of them you have not seen before, and some of them are from the Growth Cycle Blueprint. And the reason that I'm showing you these is because, or letting you hear this, is because I really want you guys to see that I'm not just randomly making these videos like, hey, they're wrong and I'm right. It's like, no, I have been saying the same thing for decades, and now here we go in 2025. I really didn't want things to end up here, but now we're here. So let's unpack some things, let's get to the places that we're supposed to be, and let's hop into my apothecary to see how you can use a couple of the different herbs and tinctures that I have to repair some of these things within the body. So we'll get into that coming soon. But this is a replay from back in the day, right? And this was one of the clients that I had that was full-fledged team natural. And the only days where she would have her hair straightened was when I did it, right? But every other day she swore by gel and coconut oil. And that was her favorite combination, and I remember it vividly. Even though this video is about 6 years old, I so vividly remember this day because I was so irritated. I do not have a problem saying these things here on my channel because everything that I say here on my channel, I say to the person that I said it to. Okay, so this is not new information. The person is not just now figuring out that I feel this way. Okay. The entire Team Natural twist out craze literally drove me insane because even though you like the way twists look, they are not a protective style. For something to be a protective style, it has to protect the ends or the scalp, and those twists do neither. Are they super cute? Yeah. I mean, kinda. Are they convenient for some of y'all? Absolutely. Does it make it easier for you to trick your mind into thinking that you're really cleansing your hair when you shampoo just your scalp with the twist in? Yeah, but the truth of the matter is not real. And the reason that I made that comparison to the things that happened in the whole, civil rights movement and things of that nature is because I think that it's the same thing. It's the same type of mentality, just a different realm that you're using it in. It's using it for hair, trying to fix something that's not broken, trying to make some radical movement for a genre that doesn't require a movement. Black hair never needed a movement. It never needed its own community. The products have always been here. The ways, the methods, and the techniques have always been here. But like I always talk about, there was rage baiting that came along that made everybody believe like, oh my God, this is the difference. No, the difference is different patterns and routines that people have been following for decades. And generation after generation after generation, there's one group of people pinned against another group of people in the same community. You got, instead of us all just saying, okay, this is the science of the human hair shaft and this is what we do, we had to say, okay, well, we black, so we braid and we do hair like this because we braid. And then if you black and you don't braid and you wear your hair straight, then you were straight natural. But then if you don't wear your hair straight, then you wear a relaxer. And if you do a relaxer, you really don't love yourself. That's a whole nother layer. And then you a chemical natural. Oh my God. But if you do color and, oh my God, you do color and relaxer, you just a shame. Like, it's just been this crazy constant debate. That's why it's so much content. That's why it's so much money in it. And what you're watching me do right now with her hair is trying to break up some of this gel and some of this oil. Now, when it comes to coconut oil is one of the worst things that you can put in your hair because it is protein seeking, and your hair is a protein called keratin and a couple of other proteins, right? But mainly keratin. So whenever you put coconut oil in your hair, it binds to it. Oh my God. And then you layer gel on top of that and other creams. It is a disaster. And I vividly remember this day that I shampooed her hair over 15 times. I am so serious. I'm so glad this day in particular, it was like basically the end of my career and I was only doing my regulars still kind of, so that's why she was getting one off on. But I thank God I was at another salon using their clarifying shampoo. It was a really good one. I'm just glad I didn't have to pay for it because I used so much. And even after shampooing her hair all those times, that was the first round. When I took her back to my chair and blow dried her hair, it's like I didn't shampoo it. She looked like somebody had took a bottle, a spray bottle full of oil and sprayed her hair with it after I blow dried it. Mind you, I didn't put anything but a small amount of leave-in conditioner on her hair. All right. At this point, I was so upset. I was so upset. Because that's not my job description. When you go to cosmetology school, you do not go there for sanitation purposes. Like, let's be honest. Do we focus on shampooing the hair? Yes, absolutely. Hands down. Do we focus on the scalp? Yes, absolutely. But doing this type of thing and it's self-inflicted is not a part of our job description. Now, if something happened and you were depressed or you were in a situation where you couldn't do your hair, maybe you had surgery or something like that, that's different. Like, come on, really, that's different. But these are self-inflicted problems. You sat there and chose to pour loads and bottles and tubes of oil and grease and all of these things on your hair, and then you walk into a hair appointment saying, oh, I want a flat iron. Okay, all you booked was a very small space. And I'm giving you the cosmetologist perspective, but in your own perspective at home with your own hair, right? Let's say you never go to a hair salon, but you're constantly trying all of these things because you're seeing all of these bald spots continuously popping up on your hair, and you're trying all of these things. Some things work for a minute, then the bald spot comes back or moves to another space. It's because you're doing a bunch of things wrong and you're trying to fix the problem that doesn't need to be fixed. The same way that we have done things for generations, generation after generation, there's always some type of rage baiting movement that they put in place as they fix a problem that does not need to be fixed. When it comes to what I teach simplicity, right? My name just happens to be Cynthia, so and my nickname is Sin. Actually, I stole my mama's nickname. They called me Baby Cent when I was little, but whatever. That's what it is, right? So Sin and simple, keep it simple. Like, if you just keep things simple and you embrace the simplistic realm of doing your hair, things will be on the most even key, because doing hair is not complicated. If you right now were to go on YouTube and just start watching a bunch of different cosmetologists of all races, everybody starts everything off the same. And I'm not talking about your team natural stylists, because they're the ones that are going to confuse you. The team natural stylists are the ones that are going to confuse you because they're doing hair completely different than the rest of the industry. But everybody else, they're going to take you, they're going to drape you the same way with the cape. They're going to shampoo your hair the same. Everything's going to be the same. They're going to wrap your hair the same way. They're going to section your hair off the same. They're going to prep your hair the same for a blowout. Everything's going to be the same. And one thing you'll notice, none of them are layering 4 to 5 products on your hair before they style it. None of them. You'll notice that every professional cosmetologist through every race and every ethnic group is only adding a leave-in conditioner and maybe a heat protectant before they blow dry, depending on the leave-in conditioner that they choose. Because both leave-in conditioners that I use when I, alternate between the two brands, both of their leave-in conditioners act as a heat protectant for the blow dryer. And a flat iron, if you're going to flat iron or use rollers in your hair, you need a thermal heat protectant, a protection for a thermal iron. Okay? So on the screen, the things that I've been popping up, rewind this video, watch it again so you can read the different comments on the screen. But these are all women and men. I think there's like one guy in there. Hello, brother. These are all people who have either just listened to what I had to say here on my channel and made a new routine for themselves, or they joined the 7-day challenge or the growth cycle blueprint, did the work and has set a new routine for themselves, or they went into the apothecary, got a couple of herbs and extracts, some of our herbal soaps, which are amazing. Make sure you go over to my website. Don't just look at what products I have to offer. Look in the reviews of the different products. On some of my products, not every single one, but on the majority of my products, if you look all the way to the bottom, once you click on it after the description, you'll see reviews. Look at the reviews. Look at what my customers have to say, you guys. And I just want to thank everybody for trusting me. Thank you for your business. It means everything to me, and it makes it possible for me to keep making the type of content that I make, because let's be real, the majority of views on YouTube are not going to come from me making content like this, right? If I want to do a video with 100,000 views, I got to do my makeup and do my hair, and it's before and after, all of that. I'll do that every once in a while. I may have a video coming up like that in a month or so, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the people like that you've been seeing pop up on the screen, because if you really go ahead and take your time, like I said, go back, and now that you've heard me talk, go back and just pause it and read the comments on the screen. These are people with real results, not, oh, my hair feels better, let's see what happens. They're like, no, I did what you said, I kept it simple, and now those bald spots are filling in. I did what you said, and now all of that shedding and all of those handfuls of hair I was getting, I'm not getting that anymore. I did what you said, and now instead of my hair being stuck at this length, now my hair is down my back. Oh my God. Before, my hair was so horrible to deal with, but now the people on my job that aren't even my race is like, girl, is that your hair? Can I touch it? Like, what? So I'm not here on YouTube like, oh my God, I need all the views in the world, I want everybody to like me. No, I'm here to create even more of what you see on my screen, because it is a fact. If you change your patterns, if you change your routines, and if you find your center, and you become more simplistic, and you stop falling into the rage baiting, the same rage baiting that caused Black people to go back, you'll be in a different place. Because even though, like I said, I know it's going to be a soft spot, I know a couple of people are going to have a problem with what I had to say, but it is what it is. It's a fact. And you want to argue, you don't have to argue with me. Keep doing your own research about your own Black movement. Like, Black History Month gets on my nerves, all of it. I can't stand any of it, and the main reason that I can't stand it is because Black history and the people that we idolize, not everybody, of course, what? Come on, y'all, come on. But some of the people that we idolize are the same people that have us in the position that we're in right now. And until everybody starts thinking for themselves and stop allowing their rage and their emotions to get the best of them, then we'll all be in a much better place, because the things that get us stuck make no sense. Most Black women are experiencing massive scalp and follicle infection because they won't stop burying and smothering their own scalps. You're literally killing your own follicles every day. You shampoo your hair, you cleanse your scalp, and then you go and bury it and smother it again. So every day Every day, your follicle dies a little more. Every day, every second of the day. After you grease your scalp, after you oil it, after you butter it, all these things, every second that you're sitting there at your desk at work, sitting here listening to the sound of my voice, your scalp is slowly dying. And all you have to do to stop it is shampoo your hair on a regular basis. That's it. All you have to do is really dry your hair after you clean it. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is have a journal and have a hairstyle set in your head before you shampoo your hair. And have a plan for your hair for the week. That's it. That's all you have to do. Keep it simple. Keep products off your scalp. Stop trying all of these new products that they keep throwing specifically at Black women because your hair is so hard to do. And they don't really have products for us because we're Black women. It's a lie. It's not true. It's never been true. Because all of the women who you are seeing pop up on the screen, every comment that you've seen pop up on the screen, none of them are using Team Natural products. There's not one person in the 7-day challenge that gets results that are using Black hair products. It's not a thing. They all use professional hair products. Okay, so these are things I really, really, really want us to think about. Again, if I just sat here, I was looking at my phone just now, and this video is all the first sets of shampoos. I did not record when I brought her back to the shampoo bowl to start shampooing it again after I sprayed it down with oil. After I sprayed it on oil, after I blow dried her whole head, and it still looked like it got sprayed down with oil. I was so irritated I didn't bring the camera back to the shampoo bowl. I just shampooed it and then we got it done, right? So these are the things that I want you to think about. This whole time I've been talking, these are all different shampoos that I've been doing, cleansing her hair with really good shampoo. The Kimbra was mine. Right, that was what I was trying to break everything up with. But after that, the rest of it was all for nothing, all because of the layers of products that you put on as a ploy to really, really style and care for your hair, where in reality these practices are what hurt you. And unless everybody can sit down and talk and have conversations where we can be accountable to the fact that we've all been led, not we, y'all have all been led into a burning house, and the people who led you in the burning house, they're not in there to help you out or to pull you out. So you're going to have to rescue yourself. So ask yourself, how ready are you to get these things done? All right. I love you guys so much. In my next video, we're going to have even more information. Make sure you check my last 2 videos, girl, where I'm telling you about different things that you can do from the inside out. All right. Okay. Leave me some comments below. Don't be in your feelings. And until our next video, bye. Keep fruits and vegetables out of your hair.